Welcome to today's video. Today I will be doing another bird drawing using Neocolor II. So these are the Neocolor II aquarelle crayons by Caran. And I want to show you how I use these and these alone for drawing birds and making kind of nature studies. I have here also my palette, which I use for turning these crayons into more of a watercolor-like texture. And I have here also a jar of water and a selection of brushes so that I can make the magic happen with water. The bird I chose today is a kingfisher, and I'm not a kingfisher expert by any means, so let's see how this turns out. But I wanted to, draw something that would be kind of easy and sleek to make, but a bit different. My favorite bird, by the way, is sparrow. So I'm a bit weird in that sense that I really love the sparrows, which are sometimes I feel a bit underrated. So I don't often make these more colorful birds, but we'll see how this goes. So I will start with a very simple sketch and just making the outlines of the bird I'm going to be making. And the reason I do this to start with is just, as said, to make a very easy sketch, have a good starting point for the upcoming color blocking. So I kind of just mark where the big color areas would be. And then I need to give my bird something to be standing on. So I will make it stand on a kind of some kind of bamboo thingy. Kind of crayons that comes out of the water where it is. So as said, this will be a very, very simple drawing, and the reference picture for this is from a very old book, like I think it's something like 80 years old, nature book that I have inherited. So it's a very cute old book that I'm using as a reference today. But you can really just find the reference pictures very easily from whatever source you have available. The paper I'm using today is Fabriano's hot pressed watercolor paper. This is very good, not the cheapest one, but affordable nevertheless. And I like to use this for crayons. I think it works wonderfully. It's also very nice with watercolor pencils or any kind of watersoluble medium which isn't like watercolor or aquarelle. I don't use this kind of very smooth paper for my actual aquarelle work. So whenever I do something like that, then I prefer rough or cold pressed paper. But as said, this is really nice for using with crayons. So highly recommend to try it out. I would love to hear how you like to use these crayons, because as I've mentioned before, these are one of my favorite mediums. I really truly enjoy drawing with this. I think it is so relaxing and somehow very rewarding as well. They are a quick medium, at least for me. I think it's fairly quick to draw something nice with these. And I use this quite a lot, especially for something like this, quick Saturday morning. nice moment just for me kind of work. So something I truly enjoy, and I would love to hear how you like to use these and what kind of experiments you've had and what you like to make. So please share, to be happy to hear, and let's share our experiences. So yeah, as you can see, what I'm doing here is I will continue to do kind of more color blocking and reaching out to some additional colors. And I will just, as previously in my other bird video where I was drawing some other kind of birds, I showed you how I like to first start with color blocking and then mixing things together and then adding some details. So that's very much what I'm doing here this time as well. People sometimes ask, when I say that this is a very relaxing medium, people ask like why and how and what makes it especially relaxing. I think the answer is, to me, that when you find the right paper to combine these crayons with, it is just so relaxing. And you can very easily, the crayons kind of just slide and glide on the paper, and that makes it really, really nice. And then they're quick to work with. And this is the best part, when you start adding water and all of a sudden your whole artwork just changes form. It becomes something different and it looks different. And I love that kind of magical part of it. But also, I think, as I think I've mentioned before on my channel, that with these crayons, I think even if you would be a beginner, you could easily create really nice outcomes. They are very forgiving medium and much easier to control than, for example, watercolors. And they are also so versatile. It is easy to mix this with other mediums. So if you want to do mixed media, works wonderfully. These crayons work really well for that. But also, they are really nice to be used on their own. And I think this is an opportunity too often overlooked, that people are so into mixed media at the moment, which is great. Don't get me wrong here. I enjoy mixed media. But I think sometimes the opportunities that these crayons bring just on their own are overlooked. So these are so versatile, and you can very easily make beautiful pieces using only these crayons. And that's what I like most about them. So they are very versatile, and I would encourage you to give them a try on different papers, on different topics, and see how it works for you and how it would be what you might enjoy. Also, what I like about these crayons is that you can just start with few colors and expand the kind of selection you have over the years. So if you've been watching my previous videos, you know that I'm very much advocate for not over hoarding different art supplies that you would not be using. So I want to encourage everyone to first of all use what you have, and only after that, once you know that you love a medium, then you might want to get a bigger set or backups or whatever. But I'm a bit worried how the art community, also online art communities, have become more and more obsessed with getting the latest thing and buying new art supplies constantly. And we tend to often forget how wonderful art supplies we might already have. And I'm not saying this is the situation for everyone. I do understand that not everyone has those collections already. And I'm someone who truly, as I always say, I'm someone who truly enjoys getting new art supplies, so I get it. But I want to still encourage people to also look into what you already have and see if you can find new ways to use that and enjoy your art supplies before going out there to get something new. So that's just one thing that is kind of constantly on my mind, that I want to encourage people to enjoy what they have and not feel the need of buying something new all the time. And the reason I got into this rabbit hole of talking about this topic is that I feel that with these Neocolors, you can mix the colors so nicely and easily together that it actually, you don't need to have all different colors. It works wonderfully just with a smaller selection. So I want to kind of emphasize that there are those kind of good qualities of this medium that you don't need to have the largest set right away, or if ever, but you can create really nice things by mixing the colors, utilizing what you already have, and enjoying the process. Here you can see that I'm building the layers, which is what I often do at this point. So I created the base layer, and then I start to add and build layers on top of that. Here are actually some previous Neocolor mixes that I've had and used for other things. And here you can see the wonderful thing. They don't need to go to waste, but you can reactivate and use that paint and pigment again, which is superb. So this is a palette I've dedicated pretty much solely to Neocolors, so that's why I can reuse it very easily. So I'd love to hear what you've been creating lately, especially if you've been using crayons, watercolors. Like, what is your favorite medium to work with at the moment? Please share in the comments, and also let me know what kind of tutorials or videos you'd like to see in the future. This YouTube journey is somewhat interesting, and it has its good moments and not so good moments. And I think that's something everyone who's ever been doing YouTube or started with YouTube knows what I'm talking about. But I'm so grateful for everyone watching my videos, and I'm so excited every time I see someone has been enjoying a tutorial of mine, and especially if I can inspire you to try something and maybe enjoy your art supplies in a new way, or have courage to try something new. I would love to hear that. That's why I'm doing these videos for. So that's my purpose of making these videos. So there is no hidden agendas or anything on this channel. It's purely the joy of making and the joy of creating that makes me sit on this table and create something for YouTube. So I'll be very grateful and happy to hear how you find the videos and what you'd like to see more about, maybe what you might want to see more so in the future. Okay, so I think I'm starting to be okay with the little birdie, and let's now focus on giving it something to sit on or stand on, and I will also show you how I create the background for the painting. So here you can see me now starting to add a background and create other details so that it's not just a lonely bird sitting in the middle of nowhere. And how I usually do this, again, first some color blocking, adding some shadows, giving some definition to the shapes I want to create, and then after this I will start adding also some details to it. So it's very simple and very straightforward process. You can see that I'm mixing the colors on paper, and why I'm doing that is the opportunity to have a bit more kind of tonality, and I don't mind at all if the colors mix or bleed to one another. That's actually what is giving us the natural effects and the interesting shades. And I've been talking about color mixing on my channel before as well, and it's something I'm always encouraging everyone to try out. And sometimes you can feel the colors you have in your palette. If you have a limited palette, it can feel that it's also limiting, not only limited, but also limiting your art. But don't let it be. Try mixing out different colors. Try finding those color mixes that work for your art style or your subjects. So for example, if you are someone who enjoys drawing different nature topics, you might find that some sets of pencils or crayons have like extremely or very bright colors that might not be right for the climate or season you are in at the moment. And that's where it really comes to use to know your basic color theory and understanding how the color mixing basics work, and you can create so many colors with just some simple set of basic colors. So that's also something I've been thinking of creating a video about, like how to maybe draw a bird like this using just some basic colors, like a set of 12 Neocolors, or set of, I don't know what's the smallest set, maybe 10. So I think that might be a nice thing to do as well, to show you how I would color mix. So let me know if that's something you're interested in, and I'd be happy to make that video for you. So that's it for today. This is my small little kingfisher drawing that I wanted to share with you. And as always, please like and subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see something more like this. And let me know in the comments below what kind of bird you'd like to see me drawing next. I'd be very happy to grant you that wish and at least give it a try. Until my next video, I hope you will enjoy your own art journey, and I will see you later.